What is going on, everyone? It is Alex from E4i. Ever since Apple announced their watch, people have been asking me a ton of questions. People want to know if I personally like the product. So I thought I'd share a little bit more information with you, more than I went over in my recap, and I'd kind of just share my thoughts on the Apple Watch. So to me, the number one feature that really makes a smartwatch what it is the design of it. It's something you wear on your body. It's not like a phone where you can just hide it in your pocket all day. The overall design to me looks okay. It doesn't look bad, but definitely not great, and I think it could be better. It definitely looks solid. There's definitely high quality materials going into the watch, and it will probably feel like something that Apple made. People will recognize that Apple quality. Now, even though it does look bulky, that may be a good thing because weight may make it seem like a higher quality product. It'll make it feel very durable. And also it comes in two different sizes. So there is a smaller version and a large version. So for me, I have small wrists. I'll probably end up picking up the smaller one, whereas people that are used to wearing G-Shock watches with really big faces might go for the bigger version. The watch bands come in two different sizes too, a small version and a large version, and they match the size of the watch. There are 6 different styles for the bands. They have different ways of latching together. There's some clasps, some regular buckles, some magnets even that act like a smart cover. They all have their own designs. Some of them come in multiple colors, but really I wouldn't be concerned that much with the watch bands because from the videos we've seen so far, it seems like they can very easily be slid in and out from the watch face, which means third-party companies are eventually going to come out with accessories for it. Interacting with the watch. There's 3 ways of input or 3 ways to connect with the watch. The first is the touchscreen, which is pretty obvious, but it actually is kind of an advanced touchscreen. It senses force, so it knows the difference between a tap and a press on the screen, which is a little bit more forceful if you press in. They say it'll do different functions, so you could be on the same screen listening to a song, and tapping will pause it, whereas pressing will bring up more controls, stuff like that. It may be a little bit confusing. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we'll just have to wait and see until the watch actually comes out. Now there's also the crown on the side, which is the part on the side of the watch which on an analog watch you would turn to change the time. And that's actually going to be used to cycle through menu items or cycle through the home screen. The idea is it will keep your fingers away from the screen, which is really ideal because it's such a small screen on your wrist. But it may be distracting. I don't know, it may be hard to get used to. I really don't know if there's going to be a purpose for the crown or whether it's just kind of an extra feature Apple threw in to be different from the other smartwatches that are already out. And then directly underneath the crown is a little button on the side, which brings up your favorite contacts, which to me is a very good feature because the whole point of a smartwatch is doing tasks very fast, so you don't have to pull out your phone to get in contact with some of your favorites. In terms of the software, it seems like it's trying to do too much than it's capable of, and I'm really not a fan of the short glimpses we've seen of the software so far. First of all, the home screen looks extremely cluttered. It's really bad in my opinion. I installed the same watch face that most people were installing onto their Moto 360 to kind of get a feel for it, and this is just some of the icons that Apple showed off in their keynote. They looked very small and really hard to tap. So this is part of the purpose of the crown. You kind of twist it and it will go through the many apps on the home screen. Hopefully you'll be able to customize which ones are there and which ones aren't. But there's just some ridiculous things there that I am never going to use. For example, stocks and calculator. I'm never going to check stocks on my watch. If I need to do that, I'll pull out my phone, which is right in my pocket, because you do need an iPhone to use it. So if you don't have your iPhone on you, your watch won't work. So you're always going to have your phone on you when you're wearing the watch. And if you need to do advanced tasks like that, you're going to pull out your phone, which is part of the reason I like the Moto 360 so much, is because Android Wear only lets you do really simple tasks, which really keeps it clutter-free and easy to use, and more of that is coming later in my full review. Now, a lot of the watch is actually like workout and health oriented, so there's a ton of health apps that help you not only work out and, you know, track your heart rate and everything like that, like all the other watches do, but also just keeps you in a healthier lifestyle. So it's been proven that if you stand up for at least 1 minute out of 12 hours of your day, you'll feel much healthier. So it'll give you little reminders just to stand up or take a little walk, just to keep yourself healthier even if you're not fully exercising. To me, that's pretty cool, but there has to be a way to disable that. I'm not sure if there is yet. But personally, I'll be getting annoyed if I'm sitting in class and I get a notification telling me to stand up, so I really hope you'll be able to turn that stuff off. Apple also showed off some interactive features, which mostly seemed gimmicky and kind of stupid to me. So if you are wearing an Apple Watch and one of your friends is, you can connect them and you can draw pictures and kind of send little sketches to each other. You can have your heartbeat sent to the other person's watch and it will vibrate your heartbeat, which doesn't really do anything. And you can also tap someone, which is kind of like a poke on Facebook, just saying, hey, what's up? None of those really seem that useful. The only one I found kind of interesting was walkie-talkie, where you could just kind of talk to someone through your watch, which is kind of very spy-oriented. It seems pretty cool. That'll be fun to play around with, but the other ones seem like Samsung features where they just kind of throw them in to get you excited and you never use them after day one. One really cool thing I do like about the Apple Watch is it supports Apple Pay, which is a brand new feature on the iPhone where you use NFC basically to pay at different stores. And that'll work with your Apple Watch. So as long as your phone's in your pocket, you should be able to just hold your watch up to the cash register or the credit card reader and pay for groceries or coffee, whatever it may be. So that seems pretty cool. Maybe you have a handful of stuff or you're carrying a kid or something, I don't know. But to be able to pay with your watch, that seems pretty futuristic. Now, all that software looks like it's on a watch that has a really big bezel, and it's really hard to tell that right now because we don't know anything about exact dimensions or screen sizes or resolution or anything like that. But from a few screenshots that you can capture, you can see that there is quite a big bezel. So I'm a little worried about that. Now, Apple is calling it a Retina display, so it should be pretty high quality, which is kind of important considering your wrist is not that far off from your face and your eyes when you're looking at it. So hopefully the picture quality will be pretty good on it. And it does have a sapphire crystal glass, which we were hoping to have on the iPhone 6. We didn't get it, but we did get it on the Apple Watch. So hopefully that'll be a little bit more durable. If it's, you know, constantly on your wrist, you're going to be bumping into things. You definitely need some strong glass. So again, that's going to be something we have to look for when we actually get our hands on it and we're able to see how durable it is. Now, there's actually 3 versions of the Apple Watch. So there's the standard Apple Watch, which is a polished stainless steel case. It's what you've probably seen mostly pictures of. There's also the Apple Watch Sport, which has an ion exchange cover glass. It's made out of aluminum, so it's lighter weight, a little bit more durable. And that's obviously going to be for fitness. And then there's the Apple Watch Edition, which is 18 karat gold, yellow or rose gold. And this is going to be probably ridiculously expensive, but this is more of your designer watch. Most people aren't going to pick up that one. So Apple said it starts at $350, and that's really all we know. That is most likely for the smallest, most standard version of the Apple Watch. And as you move up sizes, as you move up in different quality of bands, and as you move up different editions, that price is probably going to go way up. So I'd say be willing to shell out about $500 for an Apple Watch, and much more if you want a gold Apple Watch and one with a really nice strap. So let's go back to the first question. Do I like the Apple Watch? And yes, I like it. It's an Apple product. I am loving the Moto 360 right now, and I don't know if I'm going to love the Apple Watch the first generation. It takes Apple, and really every company, a few tries at a product to get it right. And if you look at the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad, and pretty much all the Macs, really any product, it hasn't taken off the first generation. So I think it's going to take people a little bit of time to get used to wearing technology, and also a little bit of time for Apple to work out the kinks, get the design a little bit better, get the software more fluid, and get better integration in stores for Apple Pay and stuff like that. So do I think it's a cool concept? Absolutely. Will I be getting one? Yes, I will be. So if you are too, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What model would you get? But yeah, come early 2015, we should have some decent coverage on this, and hopefully we learn a little bit more in the coming months about it. So if you want to stay updated, follow me on Twitter, also here on YouTube. I'll be sure to update you guys. I'm pretty excited about it, even though it may not be super successful the first round. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in my next video. See ya.